I've got new. This is the difference. This is the wheel that was on there. Look how thick that was and heavy duty. This one is a cheaper version. You get 12 of these for $12. Basically $1 a piece. Let's see if they work for such a heavy cabinet. Side by side. These come off of another wheel. I just wanted to experiment. These I bought from Amazon, cheap. Now I'm going to show you the difference between the two wheels and why I went with the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones have a longer stem, so I could actually put a tightening nut and tighten those bolts up. On the stronger, thicker wheel, it's too short. The rod or the stem is too short to stick out like that. Fix or fail? You tell me. That wheel is stuck in there, it can't unscrew unless I take the nut out. We'll see if they're strong enough. They got an automatic brake on them. Fix or fail. And cabinet upright and see if the wheels are working properly. And pick it again. I'm either a super genius or an idiot. Holy, this thing is heavy. And so there you have it. Super genius. The wheels don't move as smooth as the bigger wheels, but I can put the brakes on them. All right, we have to. You know that's panel A. In the manual, you're gonna see step 1, combine A and B. Here's A panel. Here is B panel. How do you know they have them aligned properly? Because these multiple holes are gonna be on the outside. How do you know if you're putting together top and bottom? Because the bottom panel is shorter than the top of panel. So this is the bottom of the back of the cabinet. How do you know which side to put together A and B in step 1? There's a lip. See that lip? 2 things to check for. Where the multiple holes, those go to the top. Where's the lip? That's how you align panels A and B together. Get it? Got it? Good. The end screws are very useful and are gonna come in handy. The only place that I replace what the end screw called for in this Devaise metal cabinet was the back panel. You see these little holes right there that align the 2 lips A and B? I want those to be stuck there pretty good. So I'm using a nut and a M6 10mm screw. That's M6 10mm screw with the matching nut. Here's the only modification I made. Flathead M6 socket screw with a hex. It's gonna keep these A and B panels from shifting. Now we'll be moving rather quickly. As you remember in the pre-instructions, I wouldn't, if you're advanced, you don't need to look at my pre-instructions before step 1. We are now up to step 2. In the Devaise manual, we put together panel A and B. That's step 1. Now we're gonna put together C and D. Keep the panels on the floor so they stay flat and they don't shift on you. Now we're gonna add C and D. Remember I told you that the long panels are the first steps in getting all of this correct. How do you know the top and bottom of these long panels? Same way on here. The shorter inner panel and the longer inner panel shows you top, longer, shorter, bottom. Same thing with D. There's a shorter bottom panel and a longer top panel. So we're gonna align top here, bottom here, with top here, bottom there. Now we'll be moving rather quickly. As you remember in the pre-instructions, I wouldn't, if you're advanced, you don't need to look at my pre-instructions before step 1. We are now up to step 2. In the Devaise manual, we put together panel A and B. That's step 1. Now we're gonna put together C and D. Keep the panels on the floor so they stay flat and they don't shift on you. Now we're gonna add C and D. Remember I told you that the long panels are the first steps in getting all of this correct. How do you know the top and bottom of these long panels? Same way on here. The shorter inner panel and the longer inner panel shows you top, longer, shorter, bottom. Same thing with D. There's a shorter bottom panel and a longer top panel. So we're gonna line top here, bottom here, with top here, bottom there. C panel goes with A, and D panel goes with B. This is C panel. How do you know you got the right side? Top and bottom. Top is always longer, the bottom is always shorter. I told you that these chairs are gonna come in handy. So for now, we're just gonna line it up like that. Let it lean against the chair. Keep in mind that these panels have a nice white finish that slips a lot. So put it together on the floor, then put it upright. And as I told you, the panels are gonna come in handy. The chairs are gonna come in handy for step 2. Now just always check your manual again. C goes with A, and D side panel goes with B. And I was saying incorrectly in other videos that A and B are panels, side panels. They're actually the back panel. The side panels are C and D. Now we use some type of brace. I'm using my other metal shelving to hold up the back of D to B. And these plastic chairs to hold up C to A. We'll worry about those later, but they come up next. The other thing you have to look for is a lip. There's a lip on your A panel and your B panel, which are the back panels. There's also a lip on your C and D panel, which you have to slide into place so that they lock together. Then you screw them in. Then we're gonna use the end screws. This is where the end screws come in, very handy. end screws look like that in your package. A to C. Then end screws. Looking for that lip. Lean into it. And it'll catch. This is where the chairs come in handy because both sides have to line up, top and bottom. In fact, now that I remember, I laid them flat. A to C, I laid flat. And then it will connect evenly. And then you can unfold it out. You see how it lines up? Automatically when you lay it flat. Don't try to put this cabinet together standing up. It's gonna fall on you. Okay. I gotta lift up A into C. I gotta do it from the side. C, lift up A. You see? Now it goes right in. Slight adjustment here. Locks right in. Get it? Got it. Good. Let me make sure the top is in. Yep. You see it coming together? Now I'm gonna do the same thing for B to D. So as I remember it now, because it's been over 2 weeks since I put together the first one, you gotta lift up the back panel, slide the side panel in, and somehow it just drops down into it together. And then you have A, B, C, and D all together. A to C. Then end screws. Looking for that lip. Lean into it. And it'll catch. This is where the chairs come in handy because both sides have to line up, top and bottom. In fact, now that I remember, I laid them flat. A to C, I laid flat. And then it will connect evenly. And then you can unfold it out. You see how it lines up? Automatically when you lay it flat. Don't try to put this cabinet together standing up. It's gonna fall on you. Okay. I gotta lift up A into C. I gotta do it from the side. C, lift up A. You see? Now it goes right in. Slight adjustment here. Locks right in. Get it? Got it. Good. Let me make sure the top is in. Yep. You see it coming together? Now I'm going to do the same thing for B to D. So as I remember it now, because it's been over 2 weeks since I put together the first one, you got to lift up the back panel, slide the side panel in, and somehow it just drops down into it together. And then you have A, B, C, and D all together. Just out of precaution, you can put a side panel down once it's connected in there. It's not going anywhere. Let's bring the back panel closer. And now we're gonna lift it up and lock it in. Check to make sure the top is locked in. Yep, it ain't going nowhere now. Now it's time for end screws. And remember, now that it's locked in, you can even close it like this and leave it overnight. Just don't step on it. If you're gonna do severe damage to it, it's locked in. Now, once you put the screws in, you can't fold it back again because you're gonna damage the screws. But you get it? Got it? Good. Easy to fold over once the screws are not in. And it shouldn't fall apart. Open it. But you can't do this once the screws are in. That's why you need it to brace up against something. Simple plastic chairs will do it because it's pretty much interlocked already. But in case you don't want nobody messing with it. Now remember, you can't fold it back. Once the screw's in, you won't be able to move it. As you're installing the end screws, don't tighten them yet until everything is aligned on both panels. Just put them in, and when you feel a little force given, take one more turn, but don't tighten yet. You see, you have to make sure there's an alignment. If you don't see that alignment, that side panel should have a hole of its own, which is what the end screw is going to go into. You see there's two holes, one for the side panel and one for the back panel, and they work together. If they're not lined up and you've tightened already, you may have done a bad thing. You see, the end screw is going to tap into that smaller hole on the side panel, and that's what's going to make it stick together. It's pretty sturdy once you get all of the, I think, up until step 6 together, but you have to do it correctly. Now that all of the screws are in, end screws, you can start to tighten each screw. Remember, if these holes are not lining up for the side panel with the back panel, you're doing something wrong. Maybe it hasn't attached to the lip or something else. It's going to loosen up, and then as you keep turning, it's going to tighten one more time. When you can't tighten it no more with your hand, it's in there. Do not tighten any tighter than that. You may breach the hole. And remember, you can no longer bend those panels or you're going to destroy the hole. But as you can see, it doesn't need to be braced anymore to hold the side panels. But quickly get on that front brace. These are the braces for the front. This is for the bottom, and this is for the mid-level drawer. Once you get those on, and the top and bottom on, it's gonna be a little more secure. Okay, we finished step 2, going on to step 3. if you have to stop in the middle of the project, make sure you don't leave this with those little end screws just being the only thing holding it upright. Put this piece in E and then F. It made E so hard to find, but there it is. How do you know top and bottom? This is the inner to the outer. Now this is where you're gonna first feel some type of stability in this shelving. Boom. No more spreading apart. Isn't that special? Now we gotta put the top rack across, and then it'll be really secure. Okay. To secure these bottom plates, we're up to step, step 6, where you're gonna use the V screws to attach this W plate to 1, 2, 3, and 4th corner of the bottom of the shelf. Now, unless you have really small hands, ambidextrous hands, you're not gonna be able to screw like those 2 middle ones in with this on. You have to take it off and then put it back on. I'm also taking mine off to replace it with the wheels. See a separate video for wheels that I got in the same 3 3/8 bolt that fits and screws in here. The bump goes on the inner side. The bottom should be flat. I'm using M6 15 screws instead of their V screws. Faster that way, stronger. If you do the 2 bottom ones, you can screw that wheel or whatever you're using back on. Don't tighten them all the way unless you got a proper alignment. Get it, got it, good. Do 1 screw and then adjust it. Do those 2 most inner screws first on each of them before you tighten them all. Make sure it's all aligning and the bottom is all square. Don't tighten it all the way. Get all of those aligned first. You're gonna have problems later. Come back to it. Get to those others first. Remember, the bump goes on the inside, not the inside of the unit, but on the inside. It's still the bottom plate. Don't put it inside here. Put it on the outside, but this part is facing the inside. Get it? Got it? Good. And this will be the completion of step 4. You're gonna add, finally, the small letter A. To the middle. And you can take a break here or keep going straight through. But this sucker isn't going anywhere. It's not rattling. Nothing. It's as strong as a tank now. So let's tighten up those last screws. And once we tighten up the last screws, you can add the feet back, or you can put on casters like I'm gonna do. Tighten. Only hand tighten. Don't try to break the bank. And add piece small letter A with the remainder of the screws for V to the bottom plate. It takes 4 screws at the bottom plate. This is the bottom plate. I don't think it matters which side you put it on, as long as you put it in there. Try to do the outer 2 most screws first to get an alignment. Oh my God. If I get down here too far, I'm gonna cramp up and won't be able to get up. There's the middle screw there. I know I said do the outermost first, just to make sure everything aligns too. Whatever you do, don't tighten it until you get all 4 screws together and it's properly aligned. I don't own the rights to this music, but you can use Gregorian chant music. For all you Christians out there. This is how the first European churches started. Before Sweet G. Always the last screw wants to give you a freaking problem. Let's go. Man. Fuck you, me. And there you have it. A veritable tank. You hear me? A tank. I'm breaking my own rules. Oh, God. And now you can tighten all of them. And move on to the next step, which will be to put in the top piece. Oh, remember to put your legs back on. These are your self-leveling legs. Only hand tighten. You don't need this to be industrial strength tighten, unless that's what you're into. We have completed step 4. Oh, let me show you while I'm at it. Me putting the wheels on. Be right back. Okay, that didn't record. What I'm going to do, instead of putting on the legs back on there, I'm going to replace them with 4 casters. Has the same width as the legs. It's only 1 inch. So it's not the toughest wheel, but it has a brake on it. This would be better than the legs for me. And it's still adjustable. You don't have to tighten it all the way if you have an uneven floor. But I would leave it on the legs because these are self-leveling. But you can put, here's the difference. With the legs, not much difference at all. And I put something under there so I can turn this without, and it also has a matching nut. It has a lock nut too, but I don't want to lock them in. I want the wheels to be removable. Get it? Got it? Good. You see, I can turn it with the brake still on it. Now remember, if you're just turning this, the wheel is not screwing into the device, to the unit. You got to get in there past the ball bearing, turn that. And then, and only then, is it actually tightening to the unit. Now, if you wanted to self-level it, You can stop here, or you can push it all the way in, depending on how level your floor is. It's not going anywhere. What do you think? This is a fix or a fail? Leave something in the comments if you agree or disagree. I appreciate your feedback, and thanks for viewing. And that's all, folks, for now. We'll come back in a couple of days and complete this, but I'm gonna show you how sturdy this thing is. Just with the bottom piece on, the legs, it's not going anywhere. Even if somebody fell into it, they would probably hurt themselves. Now, I would put in the top part, but I'm tired now. It's not going anywhere. Just protect this part. The bottom part is solid as a tank. And now it has casters on it. I replaced the adjustable legs because I had a very solid and level concrete floor. Enjoy, and we'll see you in the next video. I will have links so that you can get these Amazon Devaise cabinets, and I'll show you what to use them for in your interior design and declutter organization. You can also get the casters to replace those wheels. I'll set it up where there's some type of link to it. I don't make anything off of these videos or off of Amazon. This is just something I wish somebody would have done for me. Enjoy. We are up to step 5, which was a little confusing. We are up to step 5, which was a little confusing. Here's it in a nutshell. Here's the piece. Now this piece has to go up here to the top, and I don't own the rights to anything you hear in the background. That's my family with the TV blasting loud. You see that little pocket? And which side do you put? You can see this side has an indentation where you can put your fingers. That's not the side. This part is the side. And these legs have to go down, be pointing down. And you lift it up. So it says enter from the bottom. I didn't know what that means. Slide it up. Hold on. Okay, I don't own the rights to any audio you hear. You turn this way, flat side, up on both sides at the same time. When you get up to that corner, you're gonna turn. When you get up to the corner, you're gonna turn it. Got it? And it slides in that way. And then you just pull up on it and it will hold it in place so you can get some screws in it. On to step 6. To complete that step, I had to hit up under here to make sure it's flush here. Flush here. So I hit up under here with a rubber mallet, not a hammer. You don't want to break the piece. And step 5 is complete. Step 7. Take that H piece, screw in 7 screws, slide this from the bottom with the lip part. Show you the lip part. Here's the lip on the H piece. You see the other side doesn't have a lip, it's just straight. Slide it by the bottom, up and in, so the lip appears is the H, like this, to the top of the piece.
Dozens of girls whom he forced into sexual acts at his homes in New York.
Watch, show. And begin. Here's the H. Here's the top. The bottom has the legs or feet, or in my case, wheels. This is H. This is the lip on the H piece. This is the inside. It will go as this way. You can see the inside lip goes there. Let's bring some more light to the situation. We'll be right back.
August 10, 2019. Just 1 month after his imprisonment.
And begin. Step number 6.
So there are gray areas that lead the majority of Americans to say that Jeffrey Epstein did not commit suicide.
Plus then the cherry on top, the doctor who performed the autopsy is the same doctor who performed JFK's autopsy.
We have very little time left. There's the lip. It goes to the top, which is the front part of the top of the metal desk. And we have to slide it in from the bottom. So we're going to slide it along these rails all the way.
Have you ever seen 3 fractured bones in this type of suicide?
So we come up here, and then you're gonna see when we get it all lined up, there'll be a place to put screw in. You will remember screw in. It's these little screws. We need 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't own the rights to anything you hear in the background. We are just working through the night with the light from above. Push it into place. And you start to see it align slightly. You're gonna have to do some adjusting of your own.
Only the predator's younger brother, Mark Epstein, attends the funeral.
We'll figure out how to get it to line up with that hole. And here's the holes at the bottom as well. They have to line up with.
Is that Mr. Epstein famous and powerful and has videos to prove it?
He also claims to know potentially embarrassing and damaging details about their sexual habits and drug use.
And damaging details about their sexual habits and drug use. But here's the thing. When the FBI searched, all the recorded videos seem to have disappeared. By magic.
Many of these surveillance videos were destroyed after Epstein's arrest, partly at his request and by third parties, but some inevitably remain. Probably at his request and by third parties, but some inevitably remain.
Today we know that images exist. The best proof of this is given by Ghislaine Maxwell.
Should have turned that off. Don't tighten them all the way. You gotta get it fully aligned first. This is screw in into H, which is the top portion of the metal file cabinet. They're gonna give you a little resistance at first. They get looser, and when you feel that last grip on it, don't tighten it. Move on to the next hole. First 4 screws are a little easy to see. The last 3 are not, but they are there. Here's 1, and I have to find the other 2. I think that's 2. This is 3. This is on the underside of the cabinet. Also remember that if this panel for the metal cabinet is not on the floor, this putting the top piece in piece H is not going to work if it's already stood up. The cabinet is already stood up. It has to be flat on the ground for this to work. On step 6, get it, got it, good. Now tighten all of the screws. So there you have it. H has been installed. We move on to step 7. That was step 6.
First, he's Jeffrey Epstein's neighbor. His friend, say his Parisian friend.
What is step 7? Oh, we got to put it in the middle piece. That's this piece here.
And most important,
keep the pieces in this order. That's R. This is Z. This is X. And that's Y. Remember this order. Same over there. R, Z, X, Y. R, Z, X, Y. R, Z, X, Y. Specifically in this order. For Z, you want to keep this piece closer to R. That's how you know what slides into that. This will slide up this way into R. You want to keep this little lip at the bottom, and this piece with the lip that's straight at the top. For the bottom piece, or for the back piece, I'm sorry, this you want to stand it up this way. This one doesn't have a lip that's folded like X, but it has a top piece with a lip that's folded. You want to stand this up like this on the inside. Get it? Got it? Good. And this is for step 9.
when Jesus killed us, it's because when Jesus he was a Roman agent.
I don't own the rights to any music. And I don't own the rights to any music. Okay, you got R. And you've got Z. Put R and Z together, like so. And open up the wings. And they'll fit in together. Push Z snug up against R. You need some type of base. Slide it in. Slide it in. And this is where the X comes in. This goes in the front. The lip at the bottom stays at the bottom. We're gonna slide in this way I don't want to be in the way of the camera. Shit, don't move. I told you not to move. Jesus. Slip Z into R. Unfold the wings. You gotta have something to hold it open. The lip at the bottom stays at the bottom. Slide it up in there. Get it? Got it. Get it. There we go. You see that? Let's put the Y piece in and then we can fix that X piece properly. Goes in like this. Same concept. We want to tilt it and slide it up and in. Okay, now that we've got the Y piece in, we can fix that part. It's not gonna, the sides are not gonna collapse on us. Lift up this leg and it will slide in. Got it? And that's one drawer. Gonna do the same thing to the other side. Make sure it's all the way in there on both sides. And push. And push. Nope. Now that we got this side in, we see that the piece for Y is backwards. This has to be at the top and on the outside. This is the piece supposed to be on the top, on the outside. It will slide into the lips on the rest of the drawer. See how it slides in? Slides right into there. Got it? Good. You can hear it snap into place. That's how you know it's in properly. And we're supposed to hear a click on the X piece too. Somehow it's not doing it yet. I may have to bang on it a little bit. But I'll get it in there. Yep. Right? Come on, come on. Good. that's the right side because these pieces line up. But for some reason, it's not sliding up underneath properly. Come on. And this piece is the wrong way. That's how I know. We still got these lined up properly. Now when we slide it, it's gonna go there. Oh, get it, slid it the wrong way. Gotta go up under. Come on. Did I have it in right the first place? I think this is right. Yep, because now you hear the snap. And it's not moving. It's snapped into place. These drawers snap into place. Get it, got it, good. And I don't own the rights to any music. Okay, you got R, and you got Z. Put R and Z together, like so. Open up the wings, and they'll fit in together. Push Z snug up against R. You need some type of base. Slide it in. Slide it in. And this is where the X comes in. This goes in the front. The lip at the bottom stays at the bottom. We're gonna slide in this way. I don't want to be in the way of the camera. Shit, don't move. I told you not to move. Jesus. Slip Z into R. Unfold the wings. You gotta have something to hold it open here. The lip at the bottom stays at the bottom. Slide it up in there. Get it? Got it. Get it. There we go. Do you see that? Let's put the Y piece in and then we can fix that X piece properly. Goes in like this. Same concept. We want to tilt it and slide it up and in. Okay, now that we've got the Y piece in, we can fix that part. It's not gonna, the sides are not gonna collapse on us. lift up this leg and it will slide in there. Got it? And that's one drawer. Gonna do the same thing to the other side. Make sure it's all the way in there on both sides. And push. And push. Nope. Now that we got this side in, we see that the piece for Y is backwards. This has to be at the top and on the outside. This is the piece supposed to be on the top on the outside. It will slide into the lips on the rest of the drawer. See how it slides in? Slides right into there. Got it? Good. You can hear it snap into place. That's how you know it's in properly. And we're supposed to hear a click on the X piece too. Somehow it's not doing it yet. I may have to bang on it a little bit, but I'll get it in there. Have it on the right side. Yep. Right? Come on, come on. Push. You know it's the right side because these pieces line up. But for some reason, it's not sliding up underneath properly. Come on. Okay. And this piece is the wrong way. And that's how I know. We still got these lined up properly. Now when you slide it, I'm gonna go there. Oh, did it? Slid it the wrong way. You gotta go up under. Come on, come on. Did I have it in right the first place? I think this is right. Yep, because now you hear the snap. And it's not moving. It's snapped into place. These drawers snap into place. Get it, got it, good. Now that the drawer's halfway together, some of the instructions are crazy. Once you got the basic structure of the drawer, why not snap the what piece is this? Why not snap the Y piece in place first? You can hear it snap into place. Let me show you what's snapping into place. Do you see that? I'll zoom in on it. That's what you hear snapping. That's what you hear snapping. The other end. Bottom snapping. Top snapping. Now you got a structure to slide this piece in better. The front piece. Now let's slide this in. Hear that snap? There it is. Wrong way to slide it in. Push it up this way. And this piece is X. X you have to put flat to the front. Slide it in that way. Hear that? Flush and snap in. There we go. There we go. Now, everything is snapped into place. It's pretty sturdy. Don't destroy it, though. Testing it out. Feel like I'm missing one bulge, like right there. Let's see if I can fix that. Apply pressure. Like Kevin Gates said. See. Okay, that's it. All of the notches are in. Thank you for watching. And begin. First of all, I don't own the rights to any music that you hear. Now, this is a pretty complicated thing. You got to take the R that's against the cabinet, put it up into, put the X up into the R, and put the, no, you gotta put the Y on the back. No, I don't get it. Maybe you get it. Pain in the ass, that's what I get. But you get it. Step 8 of the Devaise storage shelf unit. 2-drawer storage shelf unit. Ta-da! You gotta hear it snap into place in order for it to work. And we're moving on to step 9.